Okay, so guys, this is what I've done, is built this built-in bookcase, hidden doorway bookcase. It was a little bit to try to figure out everything, but it seems to be working fine now. There is, it's basically 1 foot deep. All the trim is attached except for that side over there where the hinge is. And you can see where the crown molding is up there, so that what I found is the more dimensions we have, the more different level changes, the more it confuses the eye, so that you cannot tell that it's actually not touching there, that there's a little bit of a gap here, so that this trim can pass behind this trim. And also this is just butted up against there's a piece of oak up here, and this is a piece of cypress crown molding, that there's a little gap in between there just so that it clears it. And same thing over here on the side trim. And I had to put a piece of 1/4 inch lattice strip, which I stained, behind it to build this out a little bit because of this side. I had to build this side out so that side would pass behind it. And the same thing with this block here. I built that block out, and then I scrolled it to match the baseboard. And the baseboard is up maybe about 1/8 of an inch off the floor. There's a hump in the floor here. So I had to raise it up a little bit further than I wanted to, because once it swung out to here, it began to hit. But this block here began to hit because it's sticking out past. Now I used heavy duty casters. I was trying to find low profile casters so that we could get it down as far as possible. Because it's on tile, of course it doesn't roll as smoothly as I would like for it to, because the tile has a texture, and also the grout lines, every time it hits one of those, you see what's going on there. But I built a frame, built the bookcase, and then built a frame to go all around it, and then just played with how far I needed to set. This is the Murphy system pin and pivot. This is a pin, and there's a ball bearing, stainless steel ball bearing pivot down below. Underneath, I can't show you right now, but you can look it up online. Anyways, just trying to get everything figured out. This is basically 54 inches wide, so I had to put a stiffener in between there. I didn't want to do that. I wanted it to be open, but it worked out okay. And then I put this piece of trim on the face just so there'd be a lip to catch, if they set something here, books or whatever, rolling it back and forth, they don't slide off and create a mess. I'm debating whether to put some kind of a hidden locking system in. The challenge is this clearance here is very minimal. You might have at the widest maybe a 1/4 inch. Here it's about 3/16, but it's quarter pretty consistent, maybe 3/16 right here in the middle, because this door jamb bows out here. I did put just a couple magnets here so that once it's closed, it basically holds it closed. So it rolls pretty easy. I am going to put a piece of angle behind this piece of trim here, just because I don't want continuous pulling on that. I don't want anything visible to make it appear like it is actually a hidden doorway. So I'm going to put a piece of angle here, and I'm going to paint it the same color as this, so that it'll blend in, and then you just reach your finger around it so they're not pulling on this trim all the time. It is glued on and it's nailed on, but I just to be sure. So anyways, there it is. It took a little while to figure out, but I think it turned out pretty good. And there it is.